Joining me now, pitch side, Hereford manager Peter Beadle. How do you assess your team today? 1-1 draw.
Dogged. We stuck at it. It was a tough game. You know, like I said before, they're a good side. So, you know, they've been together a long time, and they're well organised and they're well drilled. And you know, I thought we huffed and puffed. Certainly, second half we probably went a bit long too quick. But that being said, we were having a bit of success doing it that way. So, you know, we just weren't quite clinical in that final third, which is unusual for us. So we move on to the next one.
Was it a question they'd done a job on certain players today? Did you feel?
Not necessarily. No, I think they came to stop us from playing, which for long spells they did. So we had to go a little bit more direct at times. But I thought at times we weren't quite brave enough on the ball to get on the ball in good areas of the pitch. But like I said, it's a top two. It's exactly what we expected, you know. But like I said, I feel we're a little bit unfortunate because I thought we had better chances. And like I said, Martin had one shot, which was the goal, and then a few that were quite tame and a few crosses, and outside of that he wasn't really tested, whereas I felt we had quite a few chances today, and it wasn't quite to be. But like I said, on another day, if we'd have put one or two of them away, it would have been different again.
So in a way you could take that as a positive, because they are a very difficult side to break down, Alvechurch.
Yeah, of course, it was a massive positive. Like I said, listen, everyone's talking about the run, and the run's come to an end, and maybe in a way, maybe it's a good thing, because that now I'll see what we're made of, because but at the end of the day, we're unbeaten in 29 games. So, so when you look at that side of it, okay, so it's great when you're winning every week, but it was going to come to an end sooner or later. So the positives are we didn't lose, we did okay. It wasn't a great performance, but you credit them with the way they played to stifle us and stop us from playing. And we need to know that next time when we do play them next time, that we need to maybe be a bit brighter and be a bit sharper and maybe change a few things. And like I said, and when we play them again, but like I said, it's one game. It's not the end of the world. We haven't played that badly. I thought we did okay, but we weren't brilliant, but we weren't poor either. And the most important thing is the lads kept going. They showed how much they wanted to win. I thought their effort was fantastic. Just like I said, just lacked a little bit of quality, we weren't quite as clinical as we have been.
How did you feel the referee went about his business today?
Yeah, tough game for him to handle, but I thought the majority of it was okay. I mean, like I said, they were talking about a few incidences, but we know that from the goal they scored, it was handball on the edge of the box. It was clear handball right in front of him, and he said he didn't see it. But it was right. Listen, it is what it is. But it also travelled a long way before they scored. But outside of that, I didn't think I think maybe both challenges could have been done differently, but he did it the right way, kept everybody on the pitch to make it a proper game. So I thought he done fine.
Did you feel you could have perhaps brought more substitutes on earlier in the game?
Well, we made two, so we can only bring one more on. We can't change too many after that. So, but like I said, where would we change it? I think that obviously with Pablo struggling, we brought Joe on, and then we talked about maybe bringing another one on. But at the end of the day, I've got to trust the lads that were on at the time. Moose could produce a bit of magic, as he did when he hit the post. John's obviously gonna score, because that's the only way we would have changed it. I mean, defensively we looked pretty sound. We didn't want to leave ourselves open, because we certainly didn't want to lose the game. So yeah, I mean, like I said, if you ask 100 people as they walk out the ground, would you have made more subs and who would you have changed, you'll probably get 80 different answers. So, but like I said, the players didn't play badly.
You mentioned Pablo there. How did he have a knock? Or?
Yeah. He's got a slight strain on his adductor, high up on his adductor. So we knew about it at half time. We give him an opportunity to sort of look. Is it that sore? And he said, "Well, I'll give it a go." And sort of within a couple of minutes, he'd sort of said it was still quite tight. And like I said, we've got good players sat here on the bench, and we didn't feel that we needed to take a risk with him and make it any worse. So that's why we changed it so quickly.
And looking ahead now to the FA Vars already, I believe you've had them watched.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, someone went to the game for us last weekend and watched them in the Vars last weekend. So we've got a report. Obviously, being good friends with Steve at Merthyr, they played Merthyr in the FA Cup, so I've got his report. So it'll be interesting to see how they differ. But now this game's done, we'll now start preparing for that one. And like I said, if they give me the same effort as they have done today, then we won't be far off. If we're a little bit more clinical, then we hopefully will get a positive result.
Thanks for your time.
No worries.